can you speak something?
Call me Herr Doctor Professor.
Okay, I will. Jimmy, since your first paper in 1987, that's an algorithm and computer program for calculating composition phase diagram. So that was in 1987, and were there still computers and that time? I mean, how was it to, like, now we have very fast computers and but how was it like developing? And
Certainly at that point, the algorithm was limited by what you could do with it, and programming was sort of just becoming a common tool. I mean, I think when I was born, programming was already in use for engineering applications and things like that, but it wasn't something that you would learn in high school. And by the time I got to high school, there were sort of primitive courses, but the stuff wasn't really, the computers weren't very powerful. And certainly the optimization problem for calculating phase diagrams is one that is really, the algorithms only became feasible as computers became very efficient. So what was possible in 1987 is completely different than what is possible now. That's for sure. Although the optimization problem itself, it doesn't really lend itself to parallelization. So you don't have the same benefit that you have in other fields, like in geodynamic modeling and things like that, where you can use massive parallelization.
yeah, Jamie, we'll talk a bit about the Perplex. So there are mainly two users now. One is the beginners and some in expert. So is there something you'd like to say to the beginners who want to give a try using Perplex?
Use a different program? I mean, there are certainly much more user-friendly programs out there right now. And they don't have the learning curve that Perplex has. Perplex takes a while to learn. The advantage, I guess, if you're a beginner, the advantage of, there is no particular advantage to Perplex. The advantage to Perplex comes in that it has more flexibility than a lot of other programs. So you can do a lot of different things, and but its interface is primitive. So none of these things are easy to use. So for a lot of beginners, they have a very straightforward problem, and these newer programs now are set up to answer this straightforward problem. So it is true that if they just want to solve the straightforward problem, the other programs are definitely easier to use.
For users who already know how to use, something to say for this, do you have something to say for them?
Update. Don't use an old version. If any of them want to take it over, it's fine by me.